Karma?
That's right. Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He is a god of prosecution, Wright. A god.
Not a single case?
He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything.
Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth.
You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared.
That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. Did he forge evidence, though? I don't know if Edgeworth forged evidence or not.
He taught me what it really means to prosecute.
What?
Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10.
So was he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth?
Something like that.
And now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep! Oh wait, maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out.
Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years! He's as ruthless as me, times 20.
That's pretty ruthless.
Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors.
I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia... Maya? Uh-huh. We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? Oh... I can't. Sorry, I tried. I really tried, but I couldn't reach.
You couldn't reach?
I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what bad timing. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so.
What are you whispering about?
Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. von Karma, is the prosecution ready?
Fool. You seriously think that I would stand here were I not completely prepared?
Right, my apologies.
He's even got the judge scared.
Very well, your opening statement, please.
Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required?
Nothing of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness.
What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this? I call the detective in charge of this case. Detective Dick Gumshoe. You know what? I think I'm gonna have Detective Dick Gumshoe and this Karma dude. Not the same voice, I don't really mean to. But I'm not very good at low male voices. My range is not that good. I can do high-pitched ones, but I don't think Karma is really matching with high pitch. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes.
Describe the incident, now. Yes, sir.
Detective Gumshoe looks nervous.
Please take a look at the map. The murder happened around late Christmas Eve around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop.
Overhead map recorded.
Testify to the court about the arrest, now.
Wait, Mr. von Karma.
Yes?
Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings.
Wrong. There is only one thing you need to do here.
Oh, actually, he's German, right? Maybe I'll try to do like a really bad German accent.
You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role.
Yes, of course. You're quite right.
No, he's not.
A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of this crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth.
That's very short.
I see. Very well.
Begin your cross-examination, attorney. Now. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight.
You received a call from a man?
Yep.
But you said there was a woman camping there? She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right?
That woman and the man who called in the report are 2 different people, obviously.
Different people?
There were 2 witnesses. Their testimonies were quite similar, however. Today, I've summoned the woman who was camping.
The woman who was camping? Lot of heart.
What happened next, detective? We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could.
How long was it between receiving the report and your arrival at the lake?
Well, I'd say it was about 3 minutes.
That's pretty fast.
Our motto for the month is, get there quick. Detective, you will refrain from casually revealing department secrets. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I look forward to your next Saturday's review. So much to look forward to these days. This is no time for dejected daydreaming. Continue. Yes, sir. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth.
Oops. Go back. What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him then?
Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murder at all, really. Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Hard, cold, objective facts.
Yes, sir. More like Wisconsin on him all of a sudden. Huh? Man, he's got a share of objections.
Now, I didn't suspect anything of him at all.
Why didn't you think he was very suspicious?
You should know. We have a deep, trusting relationship with the prosecutors. Detective, the court isn't interested in your musings. Deep, trusting, poppycock. I've never had so many flippant comments from an active detective on the force.
Detective Gumshoe doesn't look so good.
Continue, now. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake.
Did you find any clues on the body?
A single bullet was recovered from the body. He was shot through the heart, fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike a bone, so its shape is well preserved.
Very well. The court accepts this bullet into evidence.
So, we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth.
Why is that?
Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat.
The murder weapon?
A pistol.
Detective Gumshoe, that is a vital piece of information. Please revive your testimony.
Right. Sorry, Your Honor. The murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence.
What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? He has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth.
There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand.
What?
Order, order! So, Mr. Edge's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon?
Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question.
Accepted into evidence.
Fired 3 times, even though there's only 2 gunshot sounds?
Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective. Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol.
Hey, Nick. What does he mean, ballistic markings?
Shocking! To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings.
Nick, he's glaring at me.
Very well. I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it.
Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate.
Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints.
Order, order.
This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it.
Well, Judge?
I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However...
You wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge!
Yes?
What are you doing? A 10-minute recess, now!
But wait,
Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man!
Yes. This court will take a 10-minute recess.
Who's running this court anyway? Oh man, Von Karma. You're a beast. You're a weird German. I don't know if he's German or Austrian. I don't know. I'm just making up voices to distinct. There's too many men in this game. Too many men. Too many men with deep voices. Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo.
True.
Was that you in the boat?
Yes, it was me.
What?
But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him.
Then who did?
I don't know.
You don't know? Weren't you right there?
I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself.
You mean it was a suicide?
That's the only explanation I can come up with.
Huh. How am I going to convince anyone of that? Say, Maya? Huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh, sorry, it's no good. Ugh. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right?
No, I'm not gonna pick yeah, you're useless. That's awful.
No, I need you here. No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right? It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is going to run out. Oh, don't say that in front of Edgeworth. Really?
Whoa, Wright. Don't jinx this case any more than it already is.
I know, right? It's right in front of Edgeworth.
It's bad for my heart.
Sorry. Oops.
Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness.
Yes. Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand? Lotta Hart, you are a visa student at a university.
That I am.
Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand?
She doesn't look happy. Y'all need to learn some manners.
Understand.
Yeah, I understand.
Very well. Your testimony, please.
It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't a nary a thing on the lake but that boat.
Enough.
Huh?
Judge, she happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo, accepted as evidence.
Very well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Order! I will remove people from this courtroom if I do not have order immediately.
As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the sound. There was no other boat on that lake. So, the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth.
Order, order, order! I will have order.
Well, Judge?
The evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well. This court finds the defendant.
No, let me cross-examine him. Wait, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet.
A cross-examination. We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo's worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court.
Nick? Contempt? Contempt of court, you know? I guess I understand. Well, what are you going to do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts in her testimony? Maybe, I don't know. I think I noticed one little thing. Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on. Yeah. I got a bad feeling about this. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Very well.
I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time.
It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. Oops, no, I want to go back. Press. Just after midnight, you say? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day. Huh? Yeah, well, yes.
I know you want to find contradictions, but really?
I hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue your testimony.
I was in my car. Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. Press further, because she wasn't doing meteors. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research?
What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with the case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained.
You're not the judge, dude. Wait now, I'm the one who says that.
Well then, say it already.
Objection sustained. Thanks for nothing, Your Honor.
I heard this bang come up from the lake. So you weren't looking at the lake at that time?
Nope.
I looked after I heard that noise.
She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness.
Ugh. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Could you clearly see the two men? Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you? Uh-oh. Press further. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the two men.
Yeah, well, of course. The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo.
You better look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. No, I think that's pretty important because I don't think she was looking at the water. He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. Then there was another bang. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. No, you were not.
You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless! Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble.
Von Karma, I think I hate you. Yeah, he's pretty awful. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? There wasn't nary a thing on that lake but that boat. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, sure as country gal can be.
Sounds pretty sure. Press further. How come you're so sure?
Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake.
Scanned the whole lake? It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you...
Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full.
No need for further questions.
Objection sustained.
That's what I'm...
Sustained!
Yes, of course. Oh, great.
Enough. I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting.
But, Your Honor...
You keep your promise.
Mr. Wright,
I am afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court.
And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately.
Understood. Uh-huh. Nick, Lotta's testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy. I know what you mean. But if I can't say anything, what can I do?
I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision.
Then pass your judgment.
Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand.
Who's that? Who was that? Yeah, who was that? It was me, Maya.
Is something wrong?
Do you need to use the facilities?
No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol?
You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst.
Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea? Treat me like some kind of criminal. I saw him. I swear. I saw Edgeworth.
Enough.
Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of court and must leave.
No. Wait. I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent.
Ha. What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Round?
Wrong.
What?
Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again. Order, 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 order.
You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection.
I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot.
Was?
Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again.
But he is in contempt of court.
No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me.
Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately.
Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Maya. Good job, Maya. Good job for being dramatic.
I care not for this melodrama.
Right? It's so dramatic.
Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate battering of my witnesses.
I'm running out of time. I better find its contradiction here or else.
Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination.
The last statement. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Well, what about the other man?
You cannot expect to be allowed to blithely ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claimed there was a contradiction in the witness's testimony. We'll find it. If you can.
Mr. Wright, I will have to... Oh, you're gonna assign me a penalty. Oh, man. Damn. That's it? Uh-oh. I don't know if I can find anything in that. But I can't squander Miles' efforts either. Mr. Edgeworth? That's it? Okay, so I guess I'm gonna show the photo. No, this photo, because it's pretty foggy. Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally. Well, what? You got what? Look at this photograph. The photo I took? The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So? This picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What?
Mr. Wright has a point.
That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony, please.
Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself.
Miss Hart.
What? Did you see the defendant that night? Of course. I said I could, and I meant I could.
Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting.
I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. You're right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. Oops. See? No problem.
Use binoculars. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
This one better be good. You're right. It was a cold night and the mist was thick as grits. So, how could you see Miss Edgeworth? Now, just hold your horses for a second. You hasty Yankee type never find a gal where I'm from.
Defense attorneys have trouble with that as it is.
Nobody loves me. Aw, poor Phoenix. So, once I finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Your camera? Yeah, it got an automatic... The issue we are concerned with is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all.
Objection sustained.
Arg, he's not letting her answer any of my questions. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? Shaka. I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to the case. You can't say that for certain.
Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with the line of questioning.
But know this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera?
Yes. This is make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there.
Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera.
Yeah, I hear you. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. Liar. Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited to stargazing. Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight, huh?
Mr. Wright, I will not have you badger my witness because of her challenged intellect.
Aww. Now wait a minute!
Continue your testimony. You were saying how was that you saw Edgeworth?
Grrr.
No unnecessary comments, please.
When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. If there was a heavy fog, how would binoculars change that at all? What do you mean? Even binoculars can't see through fog. But you say you clearly saw him? I did, yeah.
Enough. There is no room for doubt in her testimony.
She sounded pretty doubtful to me. But I have to find a clear contradiction first. I don't care how many von Karmic objections I get. I'm going to find a hole in the sesame if it's the last thing I do. Okay. Take its grits, get out of the car, set up to take pictures of meteor shower. Okay, so... faces the lake, right? So it faces the lake and not at the sky. You were photographing shooting stars? That's a lie. Say us who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart.
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor.
Well then, what exactly was she photographing?
Your Honor, take a look at this. What was Miss Hart trying to photograph? It was Gordy. Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph.
What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the sighting at Gourd Lake.
Well, Miss Hart? I never heard of no lake monster. Got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. I have proof. I have it. Proof.
Intriguing. Very well, let's see. And no joking around this time, please. What is proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy the lake monster?
So, it automatically takes a picture of loud noise. I think the article says to... oh, no. There was an article, right, that says, like, Gordy makes a loud noise, right? Well, I'll just say it's... I don't know. Yeah, so the article said, like, there was a loud noise before, the monster showed up, right? I don't know why it's not letting me read it, unless it's, like, in English down here, and not from... because it's in Japanese. Alright, so... present. The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here, taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises. But honestly, even if she was setting her camera to look at Gordy, that doesn't really change the fact if she says she saw the murder, right? Just because her camera was set to the lake to find Gordy doesn't change the fact. It doesn't really affect if she saw the murder or not, which I think Von Karma's gonna say.
I see. I too thought it was a little strange.
Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. Are all you lures that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? Yeah, see, it doesn't change what she sees, right? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey! But, as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason, I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this.
Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony.
Right. Fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop I'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at that lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. So she says there was 2 shots. I was looking right at that boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hoped to fry. I don't think you were. I think she was looking for the monster.
Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
The witness's testimony is unchanged from... No, it's pretty different. Whether she is a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Von Karma's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because... Why? Was there a contradiction? Yes, the 2 gunshots.
Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind.
Ha! That would be a first, and also because, like, you know, she wouldn't be looking at the boat. She'd be looking for a monster. Very funny.
You understand that this is your last chance at cross-examination, Mr. Wright? If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood.
Yes, Your Honor. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. Then what manner of person are... Well, she's going to answer the next one. I'm not sure I'm highfalutin enough to be called a manner of anything. I'm an investigative photographer. An investigative photographer? Yep. You get your photo and sell it to the press. It's that kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures at my sister's graduation last year. And guess what? You saw a ghost? There was a UFO just hanging in the sky. Oh, UFO. I get it. UFO? You know, an unidentified flying object. A UFO. That's when I had sort of a revelation. I knew I should have become an investigative photographer.
I see. Kind of a shaky basis for a career.
Yeah, tell me. Imagine what a scoop I'd be if I got a picture of that monster. Is Gordy really all that newsworthy? Heck yeah! They even had him up on the TV! I'm not sure that appearing on the local news Rumor of the Month segment qualifies. Last month's segment was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe. hey, they also had a picture of him in the newspaper, for real.
Mr. Wright, this is one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we?
Yes, Your Honor. And that's why I was camping out by the lake.
That's why you put the automatic sensor on your camera?
Yep, borrowed it from a university professor. It analyzes every sound it picks up, and when it gets a bang,
it snaps a shot.
Yep.
So how many pictures has it taken so far?
The only time the camera triggered was that night.
But
that's all I was hiding.
I think it's time you told us why you felt you had to hide your true purpose at the lake.
Heck, if word got out what I was up to, the lake could be swarming with competitors.
Competitors?
Yeah, second-rate shutterbugs trying to steal my scoop.
Ah. Is that the only reason you were hiding the truth?
Well, actually...
Mr. Wright, I'll not have you asking more questions with no relevance to this case. Whatever you say, Von Karma. I know you told her to keep quiet.
When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at that lake.
Exactly what sort of sound was it?
Well, I never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper a sound than I would have expected.
There
wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time.
There wasn't much else to look at?
Yep.
I don't know if she heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there. I kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat, right? Yeah, she'd be scanning the lake.
What? What'd I do now? What do you give me that look for?
Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence.
Witness, continue.
Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot.
Was there nothing on the lake but the boat at that time?
Huh? Wait, so you're thinking maybe he was shot from some other place? I don't think so, nope. The lake was smooth as glass, and no news on the shore neither.
I better find some sort of contradiction in this testimony. I won't be able to beat Von Karma any other way. There has to be something.
That's what Prepper, Scooby, that's why I was came out of the lake, but that's all I was hiding. Bang looks right straight at that lake. There was there wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. I might present this here, but I don't know.
Okay, I was right. Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat?
Well, what's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it.
I agree, a normal person would. But you are far from normal.
Well, what? You don't want to step over here and say that?
You were camping at the lake to take pictures of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Right? Yeah. Order. Continue, Mr. Wright. You testify that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well?
Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might have been out there and all.
Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then?
So, sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, I could be witness to a murder and all. Kinda got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat, till now.
This is totally uncalled for.
But hey, you got the photograph. You got proof.
Still, we can't see who's shooting who in this photo.
Right. That's why I took this photo and...
She enhanced it. Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole.
Shut my what?
Very rude.
What was she going to say? She took the photo and what? Wait a second. Yep, enhanced it.
She even had a photograph to prove it.
But you really can't tell who from the photo who was shooting.
That's why she said she's going to enlarge the photo. It'll drop the quality a mite, but should let us see who's who.
She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth, or worse. What should I do? Make her show the enlargement! Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not?
Yeah, I did.
Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court?
Because it does not exist.
What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place.
You old fool.
Ooh, she snitched on you, Von Karma.
What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma?
Miss Hart. Show the photo to the court. Show us enlargements.
The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence.
Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court.
Here it is. Ah, shooting with his left hand.
We still cannot see who is firing in this. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence.
Happy now, Mr. Wright.
There has to be something.
You asked for the enlargement. You got the enlargement. Tisk tisk. Little good it has done any of us.
That's why I requested she not show it.
I suppose this means that the cross-examination
is over, obviously.
Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart.
And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time.
Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add?
I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required?
Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict.
Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo somewhere. Yes, the left hand. It says that he had fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand. This is bad. Real bad. What should I do? Show other evidence! Wait! Your Honor, this evidence.
I believe we have spent enough time talking about evidence.
Indeed. We've heard opinions on every piece of evidence but this enlargement. I see no point in retracing our steps.
This is bad, real bad. What should I do? Oh, I guess object to the enlargement? I mean, okay. Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement. What might that be?
Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange?
Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. The hand. Here, Your Honor.
The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange?
Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor.
The hand?
That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence.
This man's left hand does what?
Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that left hand contradicts. The fingerprints, right? Yeah. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth.
Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim?
Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim?
Obviously, if I say the victim himself, that's gonna be stupid. I could try to implicate Miss Hart, or I can try to implicate Larry. I'm gonna say Hart, because she was actually sleeping there. Who else but the witness, Miss Lotta Hart? What? Do you have proof of this? Proof schmoof, always with the proof. Oh wait, I do need proof, don't I? Okay, Corla. Alright. Uh-oh, the judge is mad. Let me ask again. Who but the victim himself then? There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself.
Order, order. So you were saying that the victim committed suicide?
Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation.
Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright.
But suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wounds revealed the distance at which he was shot.
The distance?
The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away.
A meter?
That's 3 feet. There is no other way it could have been suicide. Well, then that proves that, like, the people on the boat couldn't shoot him either, right? Because they're not 3 feet apart. They're like a foot apart.
Order, order. Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data?
Of course. I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see.
I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun reveal that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Who could it have been? Whew, that was a close one. Hey, don't you have anything to say?
No, I have not yet been declared innocent, Wright.
Well, yeah, but what happened out there on that lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away too.
What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him.
I was just kidding around. Look, I'm going to go check on Maya.
Oh. Right.
What?
Tell her something for me.
What? Thank you?
Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all.
Is that a threat? Would it kill you to just state how you really feel with the thanks, Edgeworth? Oh, okay. I thought it sounded like he was threatening her. Like, watch your words. I requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. And she said she heard 2 gunshots, but there's like three shots in the gun. Mystery.